Houston, we've had a problem. Are you familiar with those words from Apollo 13? The story is, on April 11th, 1970, Apollo 13 was launched for the moon. Shortly thereafter came the message, Houston, we've had a problem. Mission Control identified that an oxygen tank had exploded. It irreparably damaged the craft. Special prayers were offered at the Chicago Board of Trade, at St. Peter's Basilica by the Pope, at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem, and reported in the New York Times. The U.S. Senate adopted a resolution urging prayer. In April of 1970, President Richard Nixon had the nation observe a day of prayer for Apollo 13 astronauts. In sub-zero temperature, the crew pieced together an oxygen filter, jump-charged the command module batteries, and manually steered the ship to land in the ocean near a raging hurricane. On April 19th, President Nixon spoke at the Kauai Church, one of the oldest Christian churches in Hawaii. When we learned of the safe return of our astronauts, I asked that the nation observe a National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving today. This event reminded us that in these days of growing materialism, deep down, there is still a great religious faith in this nation. I think more people prayed last week than perhaps have prayed in many years in this country. We pray for the assistance of God when faced with great potential tragedy. Apollo 14's mission, February 1971, astronaut Edgar Mitchell left a microfilm copy of the Bible on the moon's surface inside the lunar module Antares. On Apollo 16's mission, April 21st, 1972, astronauts Charles Duke and John Young explored the rugged Descartes region of the moon. Astronaut Charles Duke spoke at a prayer rally during the state's Republican convention in San Antonio's Leela Cockrell Theater, June 22, 1996, saying, I used to say I could live 10,000 years and never have an experience as thrilling as walking on the moon. But that excitement and satisfaction of that walk doesn't begin to compare with my walk with Jesus, a walk that lasts forever. On October 28, 1998, at age 77, astronaut John Glenn was aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery, becoming the oldest person to go into space. This was after 36 years after he had been the first American to orbit the Earth in 1962. Observing the heavens and the Earth from his window, John Glenn stated, to look out at this kind of creation and not believe in God is to me impossible. It just strengthens my faith. In 2010, NASA was working on the Constellation program, building new rockets and spaceships capable of returning astronauts to the moon. But the administration canceled it. On June 30th, 2010, NASA Administrator Charles Bolden outlined the new priorities for NASA in an interview with the Middle East news agency in Cairo, Al Jazeera. When I became the NASA administrator, the president charged me with perhaps foremost to find a way to reach out to the Muslim world and engage much more with dominantly Muslim nations to help them feel good. Though the U.S. manned space exploration may be on hold, we cannot forget the tremendous scientific achievements and courage of those who dared to go into the unknown and the prayers of the people that bore them up. America has had a unique history, and throughout it, there have been men and women of faith that have accomplished great things. It's important for us to remember these miracles in American history.